Hi everyone! Do you ever wonder what you should stock up in your pantry for the winter? Well, if so, then I have some suggestions. So join me today and I will share with you the top 20 items that I keep in my pantry for the winter months. So the top item on my list is potatoes. And I've got you in my root cellar here and wanted you to see how they've been faring. Pretty good. So it is, I think, 20 degrees outside, and it is in here, it is 38, it looks like. So they're doing pretty good. Potatoes. They are so high in different nutrients, vitamin C and potassium being significantly high in potatoes. They store well and they're inexpensive. That is top of my list. And the next two are the onions and garlic. Onions having a lot of nutrients in them. They store well, they're inexpensive, and you can make a variety of medicinal formulas with onion. If you didn't see my last video about how to make fire cider, onion is one of the primary ingredients because it has antimicrobial and antiviral properties. And then garlic, you use it in a wide variety of dishes, and it also is in the recipe for fire cider. But it stores well, and it's very good for your immune system. You could buy a bag of garlic in the fall, and it would last 3 months. And then winter squash. You saw me come out of the cellar with this bugger. So this is a tromboncino squash, and I grew quite a few of these. You could check out my videos from the garden this summer and see how fun they are to grow. But these tromboncino squashes will last 3 months, and I just have to watch them as the winter progresses, and they might start getting little soft spots, and then of course I would cook them. The fourth thing that I keep in my pantry is corn and different varieties of corn. I have blue corn for cornmeal, and I have my own grinder where I grind it up. But this way it stores better if you purchase it whole. I grew this. It's really fun to grow. But then also, along with the corn, you should always have beans, and beans being high in nutrients and high in fiber, and they store very well, up to years. The sixth thing that you should keep in your pantry always is a variety of medicinal herbs, which also are herbs that you can use for cooking. I have sage and rosemary and dill. And I made an extract of goldenrod. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. So my point being that there should be an extract of an herb that is good for fighting colds and infections from the flu virus or any other kind of respiratory virus that might be going around. Also, what I have here is another herb that I grew that is called elecampane, and this was taught to me by my friend who's an herbalist. I grew this 2 summers ago and made a honey with the roots. So I just took the roots and put honey in it, covered the roots with honey, and preserved them in this way. I can use this honey, I can chew the root if I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. The point being about the herbs is that you should have a variety of medicinal herbs and cooking herbs, specific to your area perhaps. And then I have a variety of fruit. So any kind of canned fruit that you might be interested in putting up. So in our area, I have a lady who raises grapes. So I got a bunch of grapes and put them up into the form of jam. I bought some local plums and made some plum jam. And we have tons of blueberry bushes out. And so we harvested about 7 gallons of blueberries this summer. I made a short video about that. You could check that out. And I made some blueberry jam. You need fruit in your diet and you need to have it stored up for the winter. This is just one way to store your fruit. You know, you could always can it whole. So I keep basic ingredients for baking: white flour, baking soda, baking powder, salt, yeast, and buckwheat flour because I'm gluten intolerant. And then arrowroot being a good thickener. You always keep a supply of powdered milk or buttermilk on hand for those baking needs. I keep a honey and a maple syrup because we have lots of maple syrup. And then I always keep sugar on hand. And so I never go cheap with olive oil. I think it's a very important component in your health and well-being because you need to have that profile of omegas in your body. And I just always look for deals at the store. And if I can, I purchased like 3 of these because they were on sale. But a good bulk olive oil is better than canola oil or sunflower oil or anything like that. And then a grapeseed oil for high heat frying or sauteing. And then a coconut oil is a really good thing to have in your pantry because you can use it for cooking, for baking, and also on your skin. And then we don't want to forget grains. Although I haven't mentioned that many of grains, we still want to consume some grains for a balanced diet. So I keep always a bag of oats on hand. And buckwheat groats. And I do save some money buying bulk. And you should always have apple cider vinegar on hand. It's excellent for your salad dressing, and it's an excellent digestive tonic. So last but not least, tomatoes. They're versatile, they go in a lot of different recipes, and they're cheap to can up. They're inexpensive to buy from the store. And on the point of buying from the store, so say there's a supply chain disruption, those stores only have 3 days worth of food for you. And so it just makes common sense to keep your pantry stocked with at least a month's supply of dry goods, if not more. So anyway, thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate you watching to the end of the video. I hope that this gave you some ideas, and take good care. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.